Hey guys, welcome back, it's Lucid. We're jumping back into Bumble Rumble, where I'm playing Atlantis. It's turn 43. Okay, let's see what we got. If you recall last episode, we YOLO'd pretty hard and killed one of Yis's armies, which we didn't really know it was there. It turned out there weren't as many Movark Knights as we were worried about. But we've done damage, and then this turn, the turn orders we put in, we've really capitalized on that, I hope. Or at least we're trying to. So we cast Dark Knowledge. We found a bunch of good shit. So Gloomgate, that's 2 Death Gems, and Stale Currents. And, you know, this was Pelagia's land, and so we're site-searching it because we don't think they site-search Death. We cast it again, find nothing, and then here we find a Labyrinth of Skulls, which is a Death 1 site. So, yeah, this was 4 Death Gems in 1 turn, which is kind of huge. A Dire Portent goes up. This is something with Yis. Forge of the Ancients. So I guess Yis is going for like a thug strategy. I think this makes your things 20% cheaper, though I could be wrong. I've like hardly ever seen this in games. So interesting. I wonder what Yis is going to do. I'm at war with them now, so that's definitely relevant. Okay, and we cast Teleport, so we're jumping on top of Yis's shit. So let's see what happens. And I haven't decided the extent of this war, but it's obviously I'm escalating it. But it could be I try to cap Yis, but I don't think I'm ready for that. I think I just want some free land. Yis doesn't have very high astral, which, like, fighting Relay means I can't really use my god because I'm worried about getting magic dueled. But fighting Yis I can. And if I won that other lake, which I think I could do. Like, all I have to do is kill one more set of Movarks with an army once I have Falling Frost, and he's in some deep, deep shit. So okay, we take this. This was, as you see, some PD, but also a fair amount of... Like, these were all the people who retreated off that other fort, so they're dead now. You know, is it a lot of money? Not really. It's like... I think these guys are just... Oh, they're 15 gold. Okay. And then 10... And 45. Sorry, it's a little late here. Yeah, it's not a ton of gold, but it adds up. And obviously we got the province from him, which is nice. And then we have been attacked by a Defiler of Dreams. Hello. Looks like he's got a little surprise for us, hiding behind those arms. So he's got Astral Claw, which is going to horror mark me more, which kind of sucks. We'll put on the semi-detailed combat log so we can see what happens. Okay. Yep, surprise! Okay. Yeah, we got horror marked. I forget if this is hit. Yeah, it's on damage. Okay. Got hit with the Astral Claw again twice. I think we already had that chest wound, but he has popped my shield now, which is annoying. I think for horror, shields are not the right way to go. I think just stacking defense up really high. Like, their attack is 20, but if we get up to like 25, 26, they're pretty unlikely to hit. But it's a kind of critical threshold, and we're not quite high enough yet. So, okay, I mean, he didn't get close to killing us or anything, but it was annoying. So, I think he's going to be semi-retired from the horror killing business. I mean, from the army killing business. Well, no, okay, that's a lie. That's a big, bold-faced lie. I'm going. A lot of the armies are going to require me to put a shield on him, and I don't think I really want to. I could do a charcoal shield. That might be good again. Let's take a look at this. I think a charcoal shield might actually be okay. Because these are like linked 0 attacks, which means a charcoal shield will trigger, and he doesn't have any elemental resistances. It does have damage reversal. Charcoal shield would not be bad. And I can't forge one of those. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go through the rest of the stuff. So we're attacking Pangea. Moved a thug on top. Apparently I moved a scout there too, which was a mistake. Oopsie. And yeah, we're pretty damn strong. 32 protection means we should be immune to most damage, but just got dealt 13 damage. Got hit in the leg with the broadsword. No affliction. And we heal right back up. That was like a very, very high kind of exploding dice roll there. Okay, so we are now on the outside of Pangea anyway. Okay, he is pinging me here to see if it looks like something easy. He is thinking about trying to get back to his cap. Pinging me. Oh wait, do we already do that one? Type and see. We attack Yis in the Wetlands, which is a swamp right outside this throne province, the Iron Throne. Just PD. So yeah, we don't want to lose. You know, I mean, okay, the job of a thug is to be kind of efficient. Now this is a lot of gear for a thug. I mean, it's all cheap gear except for maybe that, but all these are 5 gem items. So it's cheap gear, but it is a lot of cheap gear. You know, so this is a reasonably high investment, so I don't really want to lose these guys. Now, it's possible you could get by with less, but a lot of these things, it's like you put one more 5 gem item on them, and a lot of times it's going to make it where all the other 5 gem items are less likely to die. Like, the Coral Sword, you'd be like, oh, you don't need it. Yeah, but you get 8 HP, which when you combine that with... Okay, we don't have regeneration on this guy, but a lot of them have regeneration. That is a lot of HP for a 20 HP dude. Like a 23 HP dude or whatever they are. Is a lot. And so there's a good chance this could be the difference between him living or dying. You know, like this other one back here where we had that exploding dice roll and we got hit for 16 damage. Like 16 out of 23 is a big deal, but 16 out of like 35, he has to get like really lucky again. Okay, so we've done that. There's a battle in Valgard. I think this is my like weakest thug. Yeah, he barely has any gear. We do, I think, have Breath of Winter up, so that's helping a little bit. Not really. About the value there. We are kind of fatigue neutral, so that's nice. Okay, and a battle at the Fortress of Palacio. So we are sending guys inside. I don't know why I put them so far forward. I should have put them farther to the back. So we're triggering gem usage, I think. Apparently he's decided to do a communion slave. Or, yeah, do a communion. What is he? Here's the master. Magic boost 1. So instead of doing like astral pearls to empower, he's got like a very small communion. And then everybody else is running forward. What we see though is he has frozen heart now. Oh, come on, hit him. Damn it. And I think our guy... Okay, there he is. He dies. So, okay. I mean, I put a Clam of Pearls on him, which sucks that he died. But this was a fair amount of gems. And I think he's getting so used to me doing these low commitment pings that it's time to mix it up and surprise him. We're going to actually try to take the fort again. We got some gems, we got a Vision's Foe and some more gold, and we got Dominion and Order. Okay. So, we are going to try to storm Palacio. That is the first order of business. We're going to be doing Poison Ward and Foul Vapors. So Poison Ward should... It's range 15. It should preferentially target this little cluster of dudes I have right here. And hopefully it gets almost all the important ones. So we're going to do Poison Ward, Foul Vapor, Swarm. Now this can trigger if he does a gem burning attack on the outside, but I have enough gems where I can cast it twice. I've got 10 gems. And he'll get fatigued out after Foul Vapor, so Swarm is only going to go off on round 2. Like, because we're going to kill him on round 1. Like, these guys will get back there and kill a gem burning attack. We are going to spam out Water Elementals. We got enough gems where we should be able to get pretty far on the script both times. We're going to be doing Shark Attack, but I don't have a ton of gems on this guy, so I have done it where the Shark Attack should only trigger after his Gem Baiter's gone. And here we're just spamming out Water Elementals. And again, a lot of gems. Here we're going to be spamming out Iron Will in case he's trying to like Soul Slay somebody in the back. And then when he goes off script to spells, he is going to... and I think this is an Earth 1 spell for 20 fatigue, so it's only going to cost like 7 because we're Earth 3. Plus our encumbrance, which isn't much. So we'll be pretty, and with Earth Power up, we'll be pretty low fatigue by the end of this script. And at the end of this script, he's going to start dumping Water Elementals. Now, I could, this group right here, I could have put them back here, like on top of it, and they would get poison warded. But the thing is, these guys are going to die. And if I put them back here, there's a chance that they'll cast Poison Ward on these high HP dudes. But they're not going to cast it on themselves, and that's pretty important. But if I cast it on them, it's very likely to trigger the mages once they get all damaged up to run, and if they run inside their fort, then they're dead. So I think this will clear out all his mages. Then I've got a bunch of people coming on top where we can potentially Water Elemental spam them to death here next turn. So, anyway, that's just an option for us. We are also moving this guy up here, and we'll figure out how we kit him. I probably actually should move... Do I have another hat? Well, we're moving this guy up here. I'm making a smasher over here. And what I'm expecting is I'm going to lose this. There's a chance the Water Elementals will kill his god. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's probably more likely is if the battle goes really long, I'll put it on Swarm, Retreat. This way, if he doesn't really do a successful gem baiting, or really, he's guaranteed to be at 100 fatigue after this, so he will be fatigued out. It'll be a long time before this casts. When this casts again, it's going to be at 50 fatigue. And that will knock him out for a good long while. I think we're just going to do this and then we'll retreat. This should be enough that... Because Foul Vapors can damage you through... But I have a ton of HP. Might do it twice and then retreat. If the battle goes super long, like if it's just our Water Elementals pounding against his god, I don't think I want this guy here. So we'll get him out. This, okay, turn 1, this will be turn 2. which... I mean, honestly, the difference between turn 2... I think what we'll do is this. I think we'll do a hold turn, and then we're going to do Foul Vapors one turn later. That will make it less likely it'll get triggered by a gem bait. It's going to mean his mages are alive longer, but that's okay. Something like this. So turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Once this casts, this is going to cost 50 fatigue. Sometimes when you do hold, it messes it up. We're just going to do this. It's not quite as gem efficient, but whatever. We have enough gems. The only problem is we can potentially kill some of our stuff. But no, probably not. Okay, anyway, so turn 1, turn 2, then we're going to be fatigued out, because we're going to be at 150 fatigue. We don't have any native reinvigoration. It's going to be 10 turns. Then we're going to cast Swarm again, and we're going to be fatigued out for... we'll be at 150, so it's going to take us like another 10 turns to get through it. So it'll be 20 turns into the battle when we retreat, which should be enough for Foul Vapors to do its work on most other mages. So I think that's the plan. If we do it longer, like 30 turns, which is basically what another Swarm cast would be. That might be okay. I mean, it's gonna mean I suffer more attrition. And it's highly likely I won't get to this, but we'll see. If this happens... then we're going to be halfway through the turn limit. This guy will run off at around turn 40. Then we'll have 30 turns without Foul Vapors. And that's okay. And that last period might just be Water Elementals hammering against his god, because his god's going to be really high protection with Body Ethereal and really high HP, and I'm not sure this is going to kill him. I mean, there's a chance it will, because Water Elementals are pretty good at knocking through... let's take a look at his god real quick. So far, no Body Ethereal, though. Oh, no, it is. Okay, so 35 protection. Oh, shit. It has blunt resistance. I don't think it started with it, but I guess it cast Temper Flesh or something. It can... Oh, Protective Force 20? Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't think it's likely Water Elementals are going to kill him. But we need the Water Elementals to hold the line, and we're going to try. That's basically all I can say. Now, there's a good chance that these guys who are going to go in, I think... they're going to have ideally 10 poison resistance and 27 HP. Now, I think Foul Vapors does 8 damage. With a dice roll, it can easily be over 10. So we could take like 1 or 2 damage every few turns. I think by the time it goes off in 40 turns, I don't think we're likely to take 30 damage from it. So while this person is maybe not going to die because they have built-in poison resistance, actually, yeah, so they won't. Highly likely everybody else will. I mean, not everybody else. Okay. I'm just speaking gibberish now. It was highly likely she would die if there's no poison resistance. It's possible that these guys will die, but unlikely because they have 27. And these dudes, they're basically toast. 8 HP chip damage will get through in a long fight. But I think that's just kind of what we're dealing with here. So round 2, we can potentially do more Water Elementals, but more importantly, we're making an Axe of Hate, which should work against inanimates, and it's going to fatigue him out. He'll be quickened, he'll run in, smack the shit out of everything. The poison resistance shouldn't matter, because we're not going to be poisoned. And it'll probably be a bunch of water elementals plus him for round 2. So anyway, that's the plan. He's moving up to get in position. We'll probably give him Boots of Quickness next turn. Maybe we could go ahead and give it to him this turn, but for what? But we'll probably give that to him next turn. He'll get the Smasher. He'll probably get a Bracer of Protection. Though, yeah, that's probably what it'll be. I can't think of anything here that's going to be particularly good at assassinate, at killing inanimates. Smasher will also be pretty good for killing water elementals. I guess the thing that I would kind of need is... well, there's a few things. We're also going to need a Starshine and Skullcap, you know, if we're being honest here. Because I'm going to have to teleport one of these guys in to fluff him. So this is what's going on here. We've also got these guys who are here to potentially catch them if they moved over this way, which they didn't do. They're going to move back. Now, another risk is... shit. I think we do have to put a hold in here. Sometimes a hold can make them be less it might make them only use one gem on this, which would be a problem. I don't think so. But I was worried about it, that's why I did it. The hold is going to make it a little less likely for Foul Vapors to trigger. Do Swarm. Because we're going to have to move our army back on top, which is a definite risk. When this army moves on top, it can get all kind of hosed up here. Now, what we can do, and I wasn't thinking about this, and I'm glad I'm coming back and looking at it. I wasn't really going to submit it already, but these guys just need to be on attack rear, is really what we need to do. Okay. And my mages, this way, when these guys that are coming in, they'll still be part of this little mage blob, so they'll likely get poison resistance, which obviously is important. We don't want them to die. He's probably thinking I'm going to attack here. It'll be interesting to see if he consolidates his forces. But that's the plan. You know, monoliths are hard to kill. And underwater cracking forts is really hard, because they can just... it's really hard to get things through a wall. And you don't have evocations or anything that you can use underwater to, like, blast out things in a choke point. So, getting behind an underwater fort is, like, pull your eyeballs out hard, especially when there's a monolith inside. So, we're trying to burn through their gems, we're trying to be kind of tricky, and we're trying to take it a little slow. You know, we haven't been rushing to go take this, because we recognize this is going to be hard. And we did rush, like, the first time. We didn't ping inside to see what was in there, but I wanted to catch him before some research came online for him. Okay, so that is the Palacio situation. Up here, I will just say, we see Relay's Pretender, which is Should Mel the Worm. Hopefully he isn't coming to mess with me, but it's possible he is. If he is, I have pretty decent PD, and part of that includes a Coral Queen, so she'll be smiting the shit out of him in my Dominion. I mean, he probably could kill it, but I don't know if that's a good situation for him. We're building a fortress, we're building a temple. It is possible he's going to move this guy in and then move an army behind it. If that's the case, I'm pretty sure we can get our god over. Well, I don't know. This actually would be really, really bad if Relay attacks me. Because I cannot really safely use my god. So we'll see. What are we doing with our god right now? We're making a ring of sorcery, and then we're going to make a ring of wizardry. So ring of sorcery is going to give you +1 in, well, basically nature, death, astral, and blood. So we're going to make one of those. It's going to actually be kind of important, because once we have ring of sorcery and ring of wizardry, we're going to have +3 in all the sorcery things. I mean, +2 in all the sorcery things. But we have boosters in a lot of them as well. Not blood, but we have boosters in nature. Like we already have a thistle mace. We have boosters in death. We've got the skull staff. And then astral, we have the starshine skull cap. So all of those, we have a total of 3 booster paths in. And that's going to make a pretty big deal. Like for death access, we're going to be able to get really high into death. Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing. We haven't done PD. Let's go do that. So now let's talk about the Yis situation. So you can see we've made pretty good progress. We've got a big army here moving on top. Now the siege strength we have here is 145. The siege strength we have here is 50. The message we got from this was, we've started to destroy the walls, but the walls are lightly damaged. So we've probably only done like 20 damage, which is fine. Next turn, we're going to be doing, let's say he has 20 siege defense. Next turn, we're going to be doing 50 plus 145. So we're going to be doing like 190. So it's going to be still 2 turns after this. So we're going to have to hang tight. Now, okay, one second. I'm going to pause it. I need to know which province Yis is in. Okay, so I've gone and looked it up, and this is Yis. So he can have reinforcements here actually pretty quickly. I don't know if the Movarks can move. I think they actually might be able to. Right, let's take a look. I think you need 20 map move to make it through 2 oceans. And I think they have that. Yeah. So potentially they could be coming in very hot. Like, here hot. And then Forge of the Ancients probably means he can be doing cloud trapezing thugs. So the trick, well, there's a few things. One is if he has thugs, if I have good PD somewhere, which is not Bear Tribe, that's for damn sure. We might do a PD dump. And here it's definitely not Jaguar Tribe. Ideally we take this. This is going to be kind of tricky to take though, and it's highly likely he's going to have a lot of stuff. So one thing we could do, we can't move there. Okay, how long until we're evocation 5? This was 400, which means the next one is going to be like 700 or something, right? So it's 2 turns away. I'm gonna need Falling Frost to fight him like as an army. I think the problem is, like, I have a very predictable move here. Like, I really want to get this choke point though. Like, I want to get this and PD dump the shit out of it. Like 80 PD. He could also come through this way. Now these are 2 pretty fucking good thugs, if you excuse my French. And they actually can combine together well. So I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a combination little assault here, where they're gonna buff each other. We hit Alt 5, didn't we? Yeah, so we can do a tag team buffing here. So Iron Skin, and then we're gonna cast Iron Warriors, and this will make sure to get the other guy. We're gonna also do Temper Flesh, And then we're gonna do Legions of Steel, which honestly I should have done. I should do earlier in the script. So we're gonna mix it up a little. Well, I can't do it much earlier now, can I? Okay, now this guy, Liquid Body. Body Ethereal, Body Ethereal. Now, are you fatigue neutral? No, you're definitely not. No, they're size 4, so we can't put them on top of each other. If they could go on top of each other, it would be way better. Our cat mages can do this, but it's not what we're looking at the moment. This guy is fatigue neutral. This guy... is probably going to be fatigue neutral. I think this guy's going to come in the party too. Like, we're going to just super heavy commit here. This guy... we have to be careful doing Breath of Winter, because we can... cold resistance. No, we don't have to. They've all got plenty of cold resistance. So, Earth Power, Iron Skin... You know what we can do is, this guy's doing Legions of Steel, he can kind of just forget about that. And then at the end he can do Breath of Winter. This guy can do Legions of Steel earlier, and this will hit the whole group. And then he can do Temper Flesh and Breath of Winter. Okay. So basically what should happen is these two guys should Iron Skin. This guy should do Iron Warriors on this guy. And because they've both done Iron Skin earlier in the script, there's no risk that, like, Iron Skin's going to trigger on one of the... I mean, Iron Warriors would try to trigger on one of these guys, leaving this guy without it. Legions of Steel is going to be really nice to get on everyone. And then Temper Flesh and Breath of Winter will, of course, be good. And then we've got a lot of attack density here. So I'm not very worried about this. So I think we have a very high likelihood of taking this. The risk, of course, is that they can come take this from us. I think I need to be thinking about kitting up another teleporter that can go in next turn. So maybe we need to just not be stingy. Make another Starshine Skullcap. What's my astral income? 11? That's not really great. We haven't done an excellent job searching astral. I think I need to get an S4 guy just to walk around and manually finish up some of these. And I'll probably find a couple unfound doors. And I also need to make sure I'm site searching Holy. So I think that's going to need to be something that we do. We'll start here. Any place I have a mage, a priest that hasn't site searched, we'll make sure that's just the first thing they do. Like, we need a site search there. And it's unlikely, like, I'm probably going to find like 3 or 4, like 2 or 3 in my whole empire. And I've already found 1, so I don't even know if that one's going to count. I probably found like 2 more. But it's going to take a lot of different priest turns, and then... But astral will be different. I'll probably find 1 or 2 more astral sites. It's low enough that it's not really worth doing remote site searching. But it can be worth slow doing with your mages. Okay, we're gonna have to just kind of splurge on gems here. So we're gonna need we'll do a, okay, we don't have that. We're saving fire gems. We're gonna do, let's make sure we use all of our shitty, you know, we could just do one of these. This might be pretty good against Yis. We'll do a Wraith Sword just to mix it up. We've got a lot of death income. I think we'll keep using this. It's going to be an Astral dude. So... Bottle of Living Water wouldn't be bad, because I think he's going to teleport on top of this fort, and he's going to be the one that storms in and takes it. So I think the way, we'll do a bottle of water. We'll also do, for the boots, we're going to have the Racer. We don't really need some of the things we normally would. I mean, really, we just need armor and what we have. So this might be a true budget thug. It's going to be armor, bottle of water, Rhyme Hauberk, Wraith Sword. Okay, it's not true budget because he's got this has a lot of tin gem items, which kind of means I need to protect my investment more. So maybe we forge. I was trying to think what. I guess I have a pearl I could give him. That would be good. And then an amulet of anti-magic. That's okay. I kind of do want to fill up the item slots in him. So I think that's it. Also, and I think I mentioned this army is going to go ahead and move and siege up Pangaea. Pangaea's got 250 wall strength. The amount of siege damage we're laying down is about 142. So it's going to take us, assuming nothing's in here, it's going to take us about 2 turns only to break through it, if there's literally nothing. And ideally we storm this. There's a lab. We can kind of make sure these guys are kitted up and ready to go. And then we go and take this. That would be best case. Next turn. If we have that, I have to decide if I'm going to keep pushing into Yis, or I might just do it where I wait for him to make a mistake, and I like do some light raiding or something like, which is really hard to do versus Yis because you never know when you're going to run into Movarks. I could try to take this. Not sure. The big thing is taking this and PD dumping this province, I think. Or potentially that one. I don't know which angle Yis is going to come from. But I don't think I'll be able to siege down this fort before he shows up. Okay. So that's something, if I see anybody here next turn, then I know there's probably a legit army. There's also a temple here. So this is probably, there's a good chance we have like a knockout, drag down fight. How many of my guys have regen? 2 of them do. I think we have a very solid chance of winning a knockdown, drag out fight against Movark Knights if he doesn't have a lot of mage support. And obviously I have no vision right here. So it very well may not happen that way. And they could get me before I finish my buffing cycle. Um, this is a risky freaking move. I'm like even just looking at these knights. If these knights are on attack rear at the very front, they could potentially get to me by like turn 3. I guess I'd probably have this stuff up, which is probably enough. If I get Legions of Steel up, I'm probably fine. I think we're gonna YOLO here. Problem is, this is a risky move. The problem is if I don't get it, then I'm going to have a lot of angles he can come in and attack from. And I don't really have any good PD so far to defend. This should at least have crossbowmen. But like, this is shitty PD. This is shitty PD. Pangea, I have no idea what's going to be here, but... I could take the barb. No, I can't take the barbs. So, anyway, that's what we got. I think this is what we're going to do. If we're too scared, like this is the most powerful stuff I have on this side of the map. If these guys can't kill him, which it's totally possible they can't, then I don't know. We'll be in trouble. I don't know what the Dominion is. Okay, God, the Dominion's going to be high. I can't drop my God in there. I mean, it's going to be high. And we do have good... I mean, like, even before buffing, we're not weak. Like, everybody's high 20s protection. With a fair amount of HP. Defense, not great. But after all the... Like, if we just get Iron Warriors off in Iron Skin, we're going to be really high protection. Like, we'll be up at, like, 28. And then if Legions of Steel goes off, we're going to be, like, mid-30s. And then with Body Ethereal on everyone, I mean, I think we're pretty good. I'm like kind of stressing because if you add up all the gems I have on these guys, it's kind of a lot. It's a lot of hammer turns too. So okay, I think we've got what we need. We've got gear coming out for this guy for next turn to potentially kill his god. Because I don't think we're going to kill his god. I think we're just going to kill all his mages. And then we're going to have gear for somebody to cloud trap or to teleport in over here and kill whatever inside this in a turn or two. The only thing I'm not sure about, not the only thing, there's many things. Range is 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can make it. So I think we've been very aggressive with our thugs. Once we get this, we're going to switch to being kind of like more defensive oriented again. Anyway, I think that's it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Wish me luck. See you next time.